So we're starting. Okay. We're not quite live yet. Oh, we're live. All right. You gonna wear that mask? You're gonna wear the mask? Unbelievable. All right, well, here we go. How's everybody doing? Welcome to Whine And Cheese. I think this is number 37. And as you can see, my cohort from last week, the cohort, my new name for him. The Entertainment Czar is back. He's here. As you can see, you'll notice slowly that we've gone to a one-camera shoot. We've salvaged what can be salvaged from the old set. And Mark's here paying off a little bit of his debt, sweeping up. Tredaff here paying off some of his debt, sweeping up around the studio, cleaning up, servicing the producer, meeting all his needs.
The servicing part's not true.
Okay,
The rest is completely
the servicing part is not true. So we're going to be trying to do something a little different now. Whine And Cheese is going to be streaming live. You'll still be able to watch it like you always did on YouTube, but we thought, why not try to get people involved? That way you could watch in real time, tell us how good or terrible we're doing. Comment, go on the YouTube. You'll see the link. Go to the YouTube channel. They'll have a chat room. You can enter in chats.
They're cowards.
What's that? You have a mask on. I just no.
No idea.
I mean, you can leave the.
Your idea.
You can leave. I mean, you can leave the mask on the whole time. It's just a little difficult to hear you with that.
Mask because I'm not comfortable with myself.
So last week there was a lot of people that watched the show last week.
They admitted to it, but they watched it.
Yeah.
We can look at the analytics.
It was funny. It was funny that as many people that I know that watched it and enjoyed it, it's like they don't want to like it in front of everybody else. You know? Like
They're ashamed.
Yeah, they're ashamed to admit that they enjoyed it or they like it or that they're having a good time or they would like to see more of the Whine.
I definitely don't think they'd like to see more.
Oh, they are. Man.
Well, they do, and they don't even know it yet.
The backlash from last week that I received, it was great going back and forth between the two of us, showing each other, the reaction from my friends. My friends hate you. They hate you. They think it's the worst idea to do the show with you.
That's hurtful.
Yeah. But what do you think about
I
that?
think it's fucking hurtful.
What?
On the pack.
Yeah, on the pack. This is great. We're off to a. Is mine on?
Yeah.
You thought it was just a mask the whole time.
Cool.
All right, did I
Let's see.
figure that out, George?
You got it?
Shice? Slim? I can't
George,
remember.
Slim, Shice.
He's as bad as us.
So what was it like for you after you did the
Your
show?
friends don't like me?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of joking about that, but they did have.
Really?
They did
Are
it.
you or you're not? Are you being serious? Did you get positive feedback from the last show?
You want to know what? Most of it was negative feedback
From your friends?
from my friends.
Fuck, George? Shice? Slim?
We're going live. Maybe the batteries are out.
Hit the switch. It came on and then it went on. Nothing changed.
Battery.
I mean, if so, it's completely dead. You're letting the show drop, Cheese. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm
You're
sorry.
live.
I was
You're
letting.
live, man.
We're live. We're gonna try this thing. We're just talking to Mark about how we did a show last week. I had Mark come back or the Czar, come back and promote the show with Zombies Eating Sheep, September 10th. It's this Saturday at Twist of Lime. I'll definitely be there. I hope everybody's there.
Got us a couple more minutes.
But I got a lot of negative feedback from my friends, which I just want to let y'all know. You're wrong. I have fun. It was a good
How
time.
can they be wrong about their feeling?
Well,
They have every right to not like you.
I think that they saw what they saw when I put up the first clip, the 37-second clip that was me on my iPhone watching George edit it. I immediately started getting texts about, you're not good for me. We should. like, this is not somebody that you should be hanging around.
Because I give
you
you
know,
credibility, and those people need to keep you down. So
You
that
give
they
me
can-
credibility.
Yes,
In what way?
every way.
In
I mean, you really need me to explain that?
Yeah, actually, I wasn't planning on talking about that, but what do you mean?
Like the people you hang out with, your friends, most of them dress up as other men for a living, or, you know, are kind of fading away to where the casinos won't even have them.
Well, you just talking out of your ass.
No,
right
it's
now.
true. Like
You are
I'm an upcoming and advancing artist who've been working for the last 10 years on a project that I hope is kind of going to that next level.
Yeah.
Those other guys have kind of either been there and done it, which is great to hear stories and seen, or they
Name names. Name names. Who are we talking about?
No, I'm
here?
not doing that anymore.
You know,
I'm sipping my water. on
you know
that.
that better. Well, because I think the main thing that you forget to realize, or you do it on purpose for your own argument, is that most of these guys also have successful original projects that they've either been a part of, still exist, and are still making new music in the future.
Guess maybe we don't hear about it enough.
Yeah, you know, they don't all have zombies eating sheep style promotion. But that's another thing. One thing that I was really hoping for is that you have a show coming up Saturday. Please tell me that something terrible or catastrophic or costly has happened in the last couple of days.
Constantly over probably the last 2 weeks.
Really?
Yes. Very hectic, stressful 2 weeks, and that's how we kind of knew we were doing something. We were all very nervous and understood the level that we're going to. It's like climbing a high mountain. We realized that if you fall off at this point, it's going to hurt.
You got any new wrinkles that y'all are going to be using this weekend? I mean, you don't have to. If they're secrets, you don't need to unveil them. But I mean, for people who don't know, Zombies Eating Sheep, I talked about this before. It's an electronic band, but it has a big visual element with it. And the last time we saw them, y'all put screens pretty much everywhere except on the people on the stage. So it was basically a big screen around it, and y'all are projecting different images all the place. It was pretty impressive looking. I got to admit that.
Well,
that was my favorite.
It'll totally not be that this time. Okay. Sorry you enjoyed it. You'll probably never see that again.
Yeah. So you got any new wrinkles or anything? I know you said you had some new equipment and it's busting your balls.
Yeah, I had to learn how to MIDI program for the first time. That was pretty intense. Very stressed out about that. I had it shipped to me, hoping that I'd have it on like an entire week, but then it was Memorial Day, so then it got delayed.
Or Labor
So I
Day,
never-
whichever.
Right, that too.
Yeah.
I had off of work. Mark had off that day. Tree Daff got to hang from the vines for a little while.
The slave got off that day.
But I was nervous about that, but I think I got it to a level where I'm comfortable. I'll be able to do an entertaining show with it. I got an all-white outfit. Pickle's gonna love it. He's a big fan of that.
Oh, is he?
And I'm gonna set up on the drum riser to make room for, we're gonna have Scotty there, and I really wanna give Mayday and Davey a little more room, because once you hear the songs, once they're released, which will hopefully be around that same time, at least in a SoundCloud format to stream, once you hear these songs, we have to take now our visuals up to that next level, and I think this is a good show of showcasing them and their musical abilities. So I'm gonna set up on a drum riser with the all-white outfit and project the video on just that. And then have them more in the forefront. That way Steve and Allie have a little more room. And
That is one thing
be
that I
seen.
noticed.
And
That is
Scotty's gonna be up there with us.
The whole
Scotty
time, or
always
just
gets stuck in
or
the
just
corner.
one song?
A couple of, I think there's 2 or 3 at this point with them.
Okay.
So
How
let's
do you,
grow.
you know what I did notice, the 2 people that you've got playing with you, that Enclave and the Jack Lock Rock Show.
Yeah, I'm
They
excited
don't-
about seeing them.
They haven't been doing much promotion.
No,
Does
I
that
think
bother you?
Which is overbearing.
Well, no, I just haven't seen any. Jack Lock, for the first time, put up something today about what his schedule was this week, and he didn't mention Zombies
Yeah.
Eating Sheep.
Yes, he did.
He
He did.
Because I read his
Among
thing.
the like 10 other things.
Yeah, exactly. Like you kind of got
It's
buried
not
in
going
there.
to be as special for them as it is for us, but it's special for me because when I book a show, I don't care how many people. Blackbeard gets, I need more people, book with bands with pull. And I don't. I totally go, I got to be there the entire night. I want to enjoy the show. I'm kind of selfish like that. I'm the czar. It's
Yeah.
not selfish. I'm just acting myself. I book bands that I want to see, and I got to be there all night, so I want bands that I enjoy watching.
man, you can.
So they can not promote at all. I get to see them before we go on. They inspire me. They make me a better creative person. So that's who plays our show. And the Enclave, to me, they're new and up and coming. They've been around a while, but this is a project I just caught on to, and I like it. I like the style and the concept of it.
What type of music did I play?
I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of the heavy music with somewhat. Is that us?
Isn't this neat? We're live. Hey, check that out. Look, it's gonna be for the first time. We
just
got
started
George.
getting
We
off
gotta
to a good
celebrate.
start.
Man,
And
look,
I'm doing a good interview. You're asking smart
I'm-
questions.
Oh man, look, the producer just gave me the biggest shaking head
Oh, he didn't like that?
of disappointment. I'm sorry, George, I'm excited. We bought a new piece of gear and it fucking worked for once.
You want me to
know?
fucking take care of that?
Yeah, you
Ain't metal apocalypse no more.
no.
But anyway,
but I am
whatever.
going to go ahead and
I
post
do
this
like
on
those
Facebook.
bands.
Maybe some people could watch us, get in the chat room, talk to us. And George can see the chat room. Maybe he can relay some questions to us.
If we
to
get
the
100 likes on this video, can I break something else?
See, here's the thing: is that
Come on,
nobody's
can I
going to
break
like
something
it.
else?
They're
Your
gonna-
shit, not his this
They're
time.
going to listen every week, and then they're not going to like it. We had more people dislike the last show than I have had all of the other shows combined. You're welcome.
It's true.
You're
I'm bad
welcome.
for you.
No. That's not true at all. But back to the Enclave in this weekend.
All right.
Because look, we kind of doing this as a test run. It's the first time, but let's, I don't mind promoting your little show.
You see, now you got to demean it.
No, man.
George, winning here is his. So
Yeah.
when I had enough, I can do
One-
away with it.
One thing that I can say is that I've been around you
A lot less lately.
when you've been doing your shows, and you can be a pretty ornery pissy bitch on the day of a show.
What does that mean?
I think that you let everybody's nerves manifest in a different way before a live show, and I think you can become a little snappy and
Yes,
ornery.
because I'm
and
so I really overbearing myself with the amount of shit I try to do. So does Mayday. And
Is that-
that makes us not pleasant to be around because we're trying to do too much. We're pushing ourselves beyond what we can actually, most of the time, physically do. You only got so much time in a day and you only got so much effort you can exude. And everything else becomes secondary, including please and thank you.
So do you do that? It sounds to me like you're doing that so you don't focus on the anxiety of the show. That you have so much else to
No, I
focus
love
on.
the show. It's the amount of work and effort it takes for us to put on that show.
So you were wearing the mask earlier, and we kind of just chit-chatted for a second earlier that there's a reason that the mask exists. Where did this come from?
I started painting live at Southport Hall.
Oh.
And I started painting aliens, and I'd then paint monkeys around the aliens, and they'd usually have big giant penises. Put a lot of religious symbolism in the painting, sneak it in.
The penis.
Most of the time, I started with a fleur-de-lis with these pretty pastel colors like the pink chairs.
Yeah.
And the women would love it. The girls would come up and I want to buy this painting, how much? And I'd just put them off. And then slowly as the night would go on, I'd turn it into an alien and monkey with a giant penis. Ensuring no one was going to buy the thing, which people still did.
The czar drives the girls crazy. We know that.
So then that got bored. You know me, I got bored real quick with it. And I was like, why don't I paint me and wear an alien mask? So I painted a mask to look like an alien, head. And I painted myself with a fig leaf. I didn't go with I didn't want to reveal. You got to leave some things a mystery. So anyway, when I started doing video, it only seemed right that I took that character that I created painting live, and I actually set up before Mike had all the music finished, and before we were Zombies Eating Sheep. We were called Pseudo Logos, and I actually set up during a couple of bands. And played video in the corner, like on a weird TV and monitor setup. One time, Beaver Wizard brought all his toys. It looked like the old studio. I knocked those fuckers over pretty quick. It was no big deal. Moved on. And so when I bring that character from painting live to then painting live with the mask, from wearing the mask and doing live video, like just in the corner with some bands, then when I took that to Zombies Eating Sheep, the character kind of just, went along with me.
Gotcha. So September 10th. Twist the Line, that's this Saturday. I'm going to be there for sure. I believe y'all say if you wear a costume, you get in free. I don't know if that still exists. Does that not exist?
I don't know. Try it.
I don't even have a
It's
license.
$5. Like,
Yeah, I
that's
don't-
practically free.
Yeah. Do you ever think about charging more?
Yeah, hundreds.
Well, that brings up a good point. Is
How about I just let Slave Nation do it for me?
Well, I mean, if you really want to be successful, you'll hitch on that
Oh, I'm
wagon.
sure. I get to keep my cool name though. Still be a slave, but have a new name.
Who else in the band has the most anxiety going up to the show? You don't have to tell me
I
about
don't know.
Steve.
I don't focus on them.
Steve-
I got too much other shit to do.
You see, that's what I'm saying. You're
I don't
not.
know.
You're so aloof from everybody else in your band.
Correct.
You know, so that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to work you through this. Maybe you should be more
Why?
engaged.
Not that night.
You're that
I'm
nervous.
engaging. It's not that nervous. I'm that focused. There's a lot of shit I have to do to make that show happen. There's a lot of shit we have to carry, just physically carry.
Yeah.
Like, you know what it's like.
I do.
You go set up the pony show, and then
Yeah.
you get on stage and perform, and you're like, God damn, just work my ass off. It's
Yeah.
hard to get into that creative zone instantly. But boy, halfway through the first song, you don't even remember you set that shit up.
Yeah. Well, you know,
What you see as a negative thing, actually, too, and I'm guilty of it. If I become drained and I don't have anything, anger is a great manifestation of energy. You can look at our statistics for the last show.
Yeah.
Anger and displeasement, it gives you a lot of energy, and if focused correctly, you can get a lot done. So I think most of the time, geez, I'm just hungover probably from the night before because we play on Saturdays.
Yeah.
And slightly nervous about things I can't control, but then also Mike and I have a tremendous amount to do. And as much as we enjoy that part, it gets tired.
Yeah. Well, I mean, regardless, and needless to say, I'm happy to have you back for another show because I get to use the artwork. You know, the artwork's real good. You're good at that. So I like having that. So, another couple things that are in the news, I guess, locally right now, because, you know.
Oh, we doing local news? Is it
No,
Angela Hill show?
We don't have to do the local news, but I mean, it's just a couple of things that have, you know, I live my life on the road, basically. You know, with I'm saying, with my job, I go
Right.
back and forth.
Are you a cowboy?
Yes, I'm a cowboy.
Phil was here earlier, so.
Yeah, he was. And, you know, there's just some other local stuff going on. What you thinking
Right.
about this show at Southport Hall?
Southport Hall.
Coming up on Monday, I think it is. We got,
Oh, the Monday after our show.
yeah,
Yeah.
like Water. That's a local band with some, you know, a little bit of a build-up, I'd say. They're doing a 20-minute set, and they're 3 years in and getting that set together. I'm curious to go see it. Are you going to go see it?
Oh, you have to.
Right? You have to, but
It's one of those shows you have to be at.
yeah, like, you know, for the fans out there or the people who hate us and can't stop watching that don't know what Like Water is, it's a local band that's been together. It's been nothing but a studio project, but there's been a lot of hype. I feel like there's been a lot of hype involved in this.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Well, no. That can be bad because this hype has lasted over 2 years. And we have yet to see a live performance of this band. It's a guy, Vinny, from a local band, the Scorsese's, and some other cats that we know. Actually,
So it's almost like you feel like you've seen the trailer so much, you already feel like you watched the movie.
I think they've gotten to a point now where you haven't played, and I would say this about anybody. You make an announcement, and then you wait a year or two to play live. The buildup is so great that there's almost no way to succeed in that fashion, because
if I was a betting man, I'd bet they do.
that they exceed expectations.
Yeah.
Why would you
No,
say
they
that?
live up to expectations.
Why would you say that? I've only ever seen one of the guys in a band before. I mean, Miguel is their bassist now. You know, people just can't stop stealing from me. You know, I mean, yes, I have great ideas. I know who the good team members are, right? And I need people to stop leeching off of me and trying to steal the guys that I put in my own damn band. You know, what happens if Like Water, opens up Monday night and they blow the doors off, and there's a record producer there. We want to sign you with a deal, and you're going on the road.
Miguel gets his
I'm
soul
shit
back.
I'm shit out of luck. I'll
yeah.
lose a bassist.
Yeah. Who's a soulless
You don't
bastard
think that's
now?
funny? You don't think that's a little interesting? That
I
people-
love it. I hope it happens.
Do you really?
I will sit right here next to you and enjoy every minute of it.
Why would you want something bad like that to happen to me?
Because
Don't you
it's
think
something-
enough bad has happened to me?
Because it's something good happening for Miguel.
You know what? You're right.
And bad things happening to you are very entertaining.
They were on the scoop this week.
Like water.
They like water went on the scoop.
Who went? Shane and Vinny?
Shane and Vinny, yeah.
All right. They're supposed to come on Not Real Radio Sunday.
Scoop already got the scoop though.
Yeah, I know.
You know?
I should cancel that.
How you feeling about that?
What?
That
Pickle booking everybody fucking a week before we have them on our show, and
Well,
for doing a good job promoting it, and it's like, all right, well, you already did that. Why are you gonna come on in and say the
the
same
guests
shit?
have free will. They can go wherever they want, whenever they want.
Right? No, correct. But why?
Why would you go on the scoop
To
first?
get more listeners, or I don't know.
Yeah. Why did the members of Zombies Eating Sheep go on as many different shows at the same time as
Because
they
we're
could?
smart.
Right? So why can't Like Water be
Yeah,
smart
but
as
what
well?
do you ask them after that? Like as an interview,
They
I'm like,
talked
I don't
about
wanna do the
video
same
games.
shit. They what?
They talked about video games.
Yeah, Vinny's hot on that Friday the 13th thing.
Yeah. I don't know. I listened to the show. It was about an hour. I listened to about the first 30 minutes.
You know what I do like about it? Not to cut you off, but I think I like the fact that maybe I take that Czar character and introduce him into Not Real Radio. I don't have to be nice on that show. Let Pickle fluff him up.
Fluff him up.
Fluff him up.
You think that's what he does?
Oh yeah, he's good at it. Like I can tell when you go on that show, you go on and you instantly get comfortable, and you'll say things like you act like a politician most of the time.
Yeah.
And you can say what you need to say. Where you come on Not Real Radio, you're lucky if you get to say anything at all. Like,
With them damn clips in the
Yeah.
background.
Oh, God,
That
yeah.
damn lemur.
you talk more through a Lima, through Mayday's devices, than you do yourself.
So I was curious. I kind of want to circle back on this. I was curious.
I was curious,
Did
what do you do when you get a fucking hair in your mouth, like while we're streaming live? Like I just go and dig this thing out?
Yeah, dig it out. People.
Oh man. It's
Look
definitely,
at that thing. Is that
definitely not
yours?
one of yours.
Is it-
Be all fucking Dapper Dan and
Is
shit.
that
Like, oh, it's
yeah,
fucking greasy little.
No, I put my stuff together. I've been having this. I put my no.
It's
I,
well put together.
I do right before the show. I definitely go in the bathroom and squash up, and I put some of this. A very nice lady, my girl, gives
Dude,
me.
I swear it looks like a lesbian's haircut. I've seen a lot of lesbians,
Okay.
and a lot of them have that same haircut.
I do not
Am
have.
I wrong?
Well, no. Lesbians have a man haircut. I have a man's haircut.
Not no
and
more. Would you get out the house?
Look, no, I
You
don't know.
a cowboy, you go all around.
I think it's put. I don't know. I think I look good. I go to a professional. She gives me the Moroccan oil to rub in there and keep it together.
You know-
Come get in the chat room, y'all, and right now and comment
Wait, the
on my
funny-
hair. Who has better hair?
Oh, that's
That's
the second dumbest question you asked all night.
What? No. I clearly have better hair than you do.
According to who?
According to me and any recent fashion magazine.
Can I ask you a dumb question?
Please
Just
do.
like you're defending yourself and like making me seem like a crazy person.
Uh-huh.
You look at me like I should be sitting here giving you fashion advice, but yet what I said somehow mattered.
Yeah, I don't know. I would say, I think you do have some fashion sense.
Who?
You do. It's off the wall. I actually got some compliments from people on how you looked when
Oh,
you did the
really?
first show. You
You
got
looked
this
all right?
weird Jim Morrison, thing
the
going
hair and
on.
beard.
It's the hair and the beard. Yeah. Well, I don't even know where we were, and we were talking about how sweet my hair is, and then we were. This is the question I wanted to ask you before you derailed me.
Right.
Did you have a conversation? And don't lie to me. I know you did.
Oh, good.
Did
Yeah,
you have a
thank you
conversation?
for letting me know I need to start thinking of a lie.
Yeah. Did you have a conversation with Steve about our commentary about him and the band from the last show when y'all were at practice this week? Because I made a bunch of comments about Steve, and he and I didn't talk about it, but I was curious. What did you get out of him that?
I think he likes the fact that it hurt you, and I kind of think
Yeah.
he wished it would hurt you more. No, I
Yeah.
don't know. No, he didn't say that.
No, that was the first thing that
it
popped
was
in.
meaningful. Like you can. Steve is one of them dudes. I don't have to tell you. You know, a lot can be said with very little words.
Yeah.
And dude, that means
He
a
can
lot.
crush you with a word or two.
Dude, that dirtiest players, DP means a hell of a lot to him. And he did say though his new vocals on the Zombies Eating Sheep, Booty, which will be out about September 11th, hopefully. He did say it was slightly better than anything he's ever done with Deep.
I can't wait to have a conversation with him.
I can't wait till you
about that,
hear it
but
because you made the fucking comment before you even heard it. Like
No, I heard
that's-
it. Y'all have
and
already
people
put it
like
out.
you.
You've already put it
like
out.
that's what the wannabes
No,
like.
I've
People
heard-
just make blanket. No, you haven't heard it. We haven't. We just got it mixed and mastered.
Nah, y'all played it on your.
We have never
on
played
it-
these songs.
Oh,
I
well, then
gotta.
I'll take that back.
I'll show
take
you
that
the
back.
email where I gotta send. Mayday sends me the bill as I'm walking in tonight, and I'm like, a hell of a way to get ready for a show.
The bill for what?
Bill for all this work that we got done.
Wait, Mayday charges y'all for mixing and mastering stuff?
Mayday did not work on this alone. He bring it to a certain point, and then we said, all right, how do we go to the next level? And we paid for a second kind of opinion and work over mixing wise. And wow, it made a difference just from.
It wasn't
I mean,
Jack,
Mayday's
was
just
it?
Burned on.
It wasn't Jack, was it?
No.
Oh, thank God.
And then we went and got we got them mastered so that it's up to professional standard.
How we're gonna be? Y'all gonna press discs and things like that, or it's just gonna be digital?
I think I'm going digital distribution now. People ask a lot, and I know Ali's kind of big on. I would like a CD just for something kind of
Yeah,
tangible.
I'm kind of
And
one of those people.
I still like CDs as a backup.
You know what I like doing?
Like it's
And
kind
this
of
is-
your digital backup. So where if you lose your, I've had an iPod erased before, and I went, damn, all that gone. Well, if I would have had disc backups.
Yeah, before the whole original band Dirtiest Players thing came to a halt, we were going to do a record release party, and we wanted to do a gold chain that was shaped in a DP, and you pulled it apart, and it was a USB,
Yeah.
right? One of those. I wanted to do something like that. But you
That'd
know
be
what I
cool.
like is a guy like Mark Broussard. I know I bring him up all the time.
A new sponsor, since the
If y'all,
wannabes don't
look,
like
if
me.
anybody's out there watching right now, or you will when we get back, Mark Broussard's got another record. Pre-sale for it tomorrow coming out. Y'all check it out, man. He's been killing it lately. He also does vinyl on everything. What do you think about this whole vinyl resurgence?
I don't think about it.
Yeah.
I have no thoughts.
So y'all haven't thought at all about putting your stuff on vinyl?
Oh, me, no.
No, that's not your thing.
If somebody wants it, I'll make it for them. I'll get it made.
Yeah, I thought that might be something cool, but you shot that down pretty quick.
No, I mean, hey, for
I don't know.
somebody
What do
else,
you
I
want to
think it's
talk
cool.
about? What do you want to talk about?
Nothing. What's on your list?
Yeah, my list. I have. Let's see.
What do you want me to say? People are done. Never.
Last
have
week's
records
recap.
made?
I'm going to Vegas.
I'm in debt to you. What?
I'm going to
You're
Vegas.
going back to Vegas?
Yeah, fucking right, man. I'm going to be in Vegas for Ellis Mania.
Yeah, you go every year.
October 14th and 15th, the weekend. You know, you should make it down there one time.
I'm not going to Vegas, man.
Why not? Why wouldn't you go to Vegas?
It just don't seem fun.
I promise you, it is fun. That's not
Really?
enough.
No.
So what they do is they bring all the fans together. They sell out the Hard Rock Hotel, and they do things like electric shock collar fights, where they put 6 people in the ring together, headgear and boxing gloves, blindfolded with dog collars
Are
on.
you going to do that?
No, I've tried to get into fights, but there's a big line that get in there. You know, they have a musical chair.
I want to get shocked first.
Well, yeah, they have a musical chair fight. That's the one I've always tried to get into. They do 8 chairs with 10 participants. They play the music. When the music stops, there's 1 chair left and 2 people, and those 2 people fight for a minute.
What?
And then they start it over again, and they do it all the way down to there's 1 winner. It's a wonderful event. Go check out Jason Ellis, ellismania.com.
I tell you what, if you were guaranteed to get shocked and injured, I would go if somebody else paid for it.
Wow, that's really something special. I really appreciate that. So what you would so we can move off that subject. Before we started the show, you were talking about some of the backlash and whatnot that you got from the first show. Maybe
Yeah, I
some
really debated. I'm driving over here and I'm like, you know what? We have a show. I failed to promote it well and myself well. I need to go in there and do some damage control.
Okay.
And make these the wannabe people, like me.
It's not the wannabes. I don't think it was the wannabes. I think
Really?
it was you got some feedback from some other people.
Oh yeah.
So what was that about? It's
I don't
okay.
think
They're the ones that responded to this stuff. It's okay to talk about it. It's just me and you. There's nobody listening. Okay. So what was the gist of the feedback that you got from last week?
Negative.
Negative.
Yeah.
From people that were outside of your camp.
Right.
I thought you.
I think we were very polarizing.
Yeah.
And the subject matter was polarizing, and those people were manipulated to the point where they picked a side.
Yeah, I think.
Like, we were going at the whole show, like, pick a side, we're at war, and people did. And it was pretty amazing that so many different people I talked to had totally different opinions of the show. And that's how I thought we did a good job.
No,
like,
I
wow,
agree.
10
Yeah.
people can watch the show and come at us with their review, and it was 10 different opinions, and it was pretty amazing.
Yeah, I think there's definitely some friends of mine that definitely got. I think they got their feelings hurt a little bit. I really do. Like, I think they took offense to some of the things that you said, and maybe even I said. And
But it was supposed to, right?
No.
It's kind of, why would I play the Challenger exploding video at our show if it didn't get a reaction?
Yeah,
If it
but
didn't make you feel something.
Yeah, it should make you feel something, but I think everybody should be wise enough. You know, I don't want to use the word smart because that encompasses a bunch of different things, but they should be wise enough to know it's for entertainment. It's for a show. We on a weekly basis, I will, you will, we will try to do something outrageous or, you know, cutting edge, or call it, that would keep people watching and want to watch it. And if that means spouting off a little shit about some people here and there, well, then that's what it is. My comments have only been exacerbated from the last show. The people that I was talking about that were hating on the artists and things, they've only tripled their efforts this week, and I think it shows a lot.
Tripled efforts to do what?
To make fun of things that they don't find amusing, intelligent, successful, you know.
But very entertaining.
Yeah, right? Like we talked about.
If you look at our analytics, the retention is a pretty cool kind of thing to look at.
Yeah.
And it's how long people watch the video for. Mm-hmm. Our retention numbers on this show were great. They were some of the highest retentions of any show you've ever done.
Any show I had ever done.
Like
even
Winstein.
Winstein.
And Kyle, they both had very good day, up in the thousands, but only
Yep.
9% of the people watched it to the end.
Yep.
So I think we came off, and man, look, a lot of that shit was based in truth. Somebody
Yeah.
says, hope you didn't mean what you said. And I'm like, what did I say? I said, I think a lot of good things and positive things, but once people make their conclusion, it was the good old-fashioned, this could have been a Democrat-Republican convention. No one's getting really swayed to a side. They already made up their mind with the couple of second clip that you posted.
Yeah.
They didn't listen, and then they watched the whole end just mad at me for saying something that they got hurt their feelings in the beginning.
Yeah.
These are grown men getting their feelings hurt.
You know what we should do? We should go to the chat room. George, look at the chat room and feed us one of the dozens of questions. We don't even know how to get to it. No, it's on there, on the YouTube.
In the computer?
It's inside the computer, in the YouTube, on the YouTube, there should be a chat room, and I'm sure there's dozens, maybe hundreds of questions and just chatter going back and forth.
No one's admitting they're watching.
Yeah, right?
Once they figured out it showed that they were watching, they logged off. I'll watch this later after no one knows I watched it. I don't want to support that guy.
Yeah. So anything else terrible or horrible going on in your life?
No, this show is just fucking killing me, man. And it's not just the show, it was the songs and the making of the songs, and then the podcast keeps me busy, so, you know.
Well, if anybody's ever tried to put a record together, they know that it can be painstaking, and you generally want to quit about 3/4 of the way through, right? And I don't want to do this anymore at all.
It's when it becomes work.
Yeah.
I think that's the problem with the cover band thing. Like, it seems like it becomes work quicker.
The cover band is something I can tell you about being in a cover band, because now I've experienced both. The cover band thing is 1,000,000 times more work before you ever get to play a show. The great thing about an original band or creating original content is that getting up to the point where you're going to display it and ask people to watch it, that's an enjoyable process. Excuse me, an enjoyable process. Writing the songs, putting the video together, writing the lyrics, There's none of that in original project, right? It's here are 4 hours worth of music that you never want to listen to, but you know people like drinking and dancing to. So we're going to spend 3 months putting that together. Then you finally get the payoff and get to go and play in front of people and
Make more money than original artists.
yeah, I mean,
In some aspect.
I get
mean,
like
there's some original artists that make more than any cover band will ever make.
yes, there are.
At least 5 a year.
Yeah, there are some
In the
but,
world.
But yeah, you definitely the upper echelon of cover bands definitely make way more.
But you know, if you're an original band, an original artist, and one of your songs or your act hits, you're gonna end up doing that until you're damn near a cover band of yourself.
right? So
And you're gonna hate those songs you do. You're gonna be tired of them. You're gonna want to quit because it's a job. So that's where cover band, original artist. There's not that much different.
yeah, I think people like the members of House of Goats should probably think about that. You know.
They broke up.
Yeah, I understand they broke up, and now they want to sit back and snipe at all these things that are successful and still going. You know, they want to make fun of somebody booking a really big gig when they don't even play the
You
shows
talking about
that.
B-Goat?
I'm not. I mean, you can talk about whoever you want. You know, they're gonna make.
I ain't naming names, neither are you.
What names? They're gonna make fun of some big successful gig that somebody's doing. Meanwhile, they don't even play the gigs that they show up to. They get booked at a gig and they don't even play at it. They just sit there with coconut bras.
I don't know, yeah.
You got no
They
comment
do.
on that, huh?
I don't, man. I don't want to beat up on the cover band thing too much. I
No,
think
no, no.
it's just
I
got
know.
played out.
I don't want.
But I don't want to sit here and act like it's some great noble thing. I think they take themselves entirely too serious. I think that's one thing about being an original artist, even one that wears a mask. You're putting yourself and your art and your feelings and what's going on in your mind out there for people to see and judge, where a cover band can kind of hide behind that character. Even like I wear a mask, but that's my character. I think I've done a good job of branding it enough to where you see that mask, you will think of me, not.
I
of,
agree. But what is it with you people that y'all don't? Because I put you in the hater camp. Okay.
Oh, really?
What is it with you people that y'all don't understand that it's a job? It is a profession. It's just like what you get up and go do every day of the week.
So
you
it'd be
take
wrong
it
to make
seriously.
fun of that person?
No, it's not. It's not wrong.
They'd
but it's
be
pretty
making fun of the mechanic. Ah, you're a mechanic. Look
Right?
at you wearing the mechanic
Oh,
clothes.
look, all you do is work on Toyota, fucking cover mechanic, you know. Why don't you create your own car, your own space car and work on it? It's like, well, no. That's like 0.0069 of the population that's able to do something like
Party
that.
over.
It's
We're
a
out of
job.
town.
It's a job, right? It is a grind.
All right, right.
And you've got people that are very successful in their profession, is what it is. It's a job. It's not art.
All
Like,
right,
it's not.
You got Coke and you got Pepsi. Does Pepsi make commercials saying, hey, you know, we're the best, but Coke's good too, and we like Coke? I mean, Pepsi's fake Coke, so I mean,
I don't know what you're talking about. I think that's a terrible.
you got it.
terrible
You only got so much
representation.
money. You only got so much
Yeah.
entertainment to go around, and I think it's a anger, like I said last show, of the masses go and they don't want to be stimulated by something new. They're out for totally different reasons.
Yeah.
But I don't understand the attacking on them. That was really never my, intent. But when asked
Oh, you
about
led
it,
the way, though. You led the way for sure.
Well,
You
some of-
started this revolution. You know.
I might change my name from Czar to Khan.
So how you feeling about this, man? What you think about this whole doing the thing live and people being able to?
Pretty crazy how you get more comfortable real quick. Well, I think too, I set the bar pretty high. You know?
I agree. I agree. You
Hopefully it
did-
would come out. Anything I do after that show be tame. That's why people already probably don't like this show. I haven't broke anything yet.
Yeah. Well.
And it's still pink.
Yeah. We're gonna. You know what? That's something we should talk about. Do you really not
Yeah.
like the pink chairs? You know, because I mean, we're designing a set. It's going to be a moving project. You know, sooner or later on this thing back here, we'll be able to go to it and show things and go to multiple cameras and stuff. Is that something you're into?
You know what I really liked about the pink chairs? The fact
How light they were, so you could throw them across the room.
that was a benefit.
Yeah.
they became something. They became content. They became something I could goof on the show. And they were pink chairs. They represented you. They were you incarnated as two chairs. And it reminded me of Pee Wee Herman's show, and it gave me content. So do I hate the pink chairs, or did I ever hate the pink chairs? I love the fact that they were here. They gave us content.
So for our first shot, we've had it's 10 people watching live right now. It's not too bad. We didn't even announce it. We didn't even let everybody, we didn't even let anybody know.
Weren't quite sure if we were doing it until.
Yeah, really didn't at the last second. But I'm glad we got the old interwebs hooked up, and I think we'll be doing this on a weekly basis. And now this kind of reinvigorated me. I've never done anything like this live.
See, negative energy is good.
Right?
Bad for you.
So now I'm thinking of all types of different things, and I almost want to be live all the time. Like anytime.
Oh, great.
Well, you
fucking Truman over here.
Yeah, Capote.
You should follow you worse than Harry.
What?
People should be able to watch me all the time. I'm very interested.
I think that. Well, let's get into that.
Oh.
I think that I'm an interesting enough person where you could put a camera on me 24/7. I even give you night terrors when I'm sleeping, right? Like dude, I had.
What?
Dude, you know what? It's funny how this just jumped in my head. On my first show that I did with Dickie, I talked about the night terrors that I had.
Oh, yeah, I was enjoying that. That was me.
I
actually asked the ghouls to go and get you.
I still have them. And last night, I had one of the most disturbing dreams that I've ever had, and it really felt like it happened. And it was at 4:30 in the morning. I woke up, and it was so bad that I had to get up and leave the house.
I'm out of natural light.
I'm never out of natty light. But I had this dream where I was talking to a very good friend, and her daughter got into a car with her parents, and they backed up, and they backed into a UPS truck that was parked, and we went, oh no, you backed into the truck. And all of a sudden, another car out of nowhere came and smashed it, and they hadn't buckled the little girl's seatbelt yet, and she flew out the window and smashed onto a picnic chair and was dead on the spot. And I'm telling you, I was there, Mark.
And you were like, this is the dangers of marijuana. This has to stop.
I don't take part in those illicit
drugs. The fucking driver was.
We're not like water in here, okay? Oh, look, go ahead and listen to the scoop. They couldn't. Really? They weren't on air 30 seconds before they could talk about how high they were. And I don't mind talking about that now because it's on the damn show. You can go listen to it. But no, I don't take part in that shit.
Boy.
Look, you say what you will about me. And
I was talking about the drivers in the dream.
Oh, wait, you thought they were?
No, you're an alcoholic. Like, that's what you need, another vice.
I'm saying I'm interesting enough to watch 24 hours a day. I think I should be one of those people that's got cameras on me always.
All right.
What you think about that?
Them lights are hot, pal. That's when you gonna make the big time.
Yeah, you never think about that? You don't think you could be the star of a reality show?
No, I don't. I enjoy the creation of a character and making entertainment that exists in non-reality. I think it's the keep it real and the love for reality TV that stuns creativity. That's why movies are so great now.
Yeah,
There's so much reality TV. You see a well-written and a story and a world. Dude, I love when writers, they create a world that doesn't exist. They didn't just create characters, they created a whole world. I'm very intrigued by that, and the fact that people would rather watch, people get hurt on the internet is disappointing.
I disagree with, not surprisingly, I disagree with everything you just said. Right. You're not a character. You don't develop characters. You are.
That's very insulting.
No, you are.
This is going bad now.
You are who you are.
What does that mean?
Everything you're the czar. Everything that is you. That's not a character you play. That's just a different manifestation of your personality. I'm Cheese. Everything you see me do, I'm me. I'm not putting it on.
Oh, I totally understand that.
That's what it is. It's not fake. It's, yes, stick a camera in somebody's face and put a microphone on them, and if they truly want to be entertaining, they will go stream of consciousness on you and I think that's where a lot of people miss it. They don't understand, put a camera in your face, put a microphone on, and try to be entertaining. Most people will lose an audience like that. But what you're trying to do is keep an audience together. Everything you see is me.
We
At
just
work,
went to 8.
What? Yeah.
We're losing them.
Yeah. No.
Break shit.
That's, and that's what I think people need to get. If we're going to continue to do this thing, I want to speak freely and I want to talk about whatever I want to talk about, and I want to disagree and I want to agree and I want to give you my opinion. But people need to be okay with that. If they're entertained by the characters, if you want to call them, you and I, these two dudes that are on the screen, you know what? That was me one day. I didn't go, you didn't
Could
say.
be you there.
Yeah. You didn't say.
It's going to mess up your day, kid.
You didn't say, put on a hat and go, let's take some pictures. That was a candid shot you took of me of somewhere where I wear this Rice hat, So
At the volleyball tournament.
Yeah,
With
at
the wannabes.
Yeah, with the wannabes. Wannabeapparel.com. Go check them out. They've hit some hard times in BR. I think you forget about that. It was great. I'd love to.
What the fuck does that mean? Somebody gets
what I
flooded,
should
now
do?
I got to be nice to everybody?
No, you know what I should do? I sent you this earlier today. So today I sent the
If I
one.
do another show, I'll wear my afro and I'll dress like the wannabe guy.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, hey.
All right?
You may win them over. So I
Please
sent.
just send the money to George for the camera.
So the thumbnail that was on the show earlier was some artwork you did, which is why I like having you back. It was nice and good.
Get free artwork.
Free? No, I've offered to pay. You won't accept my money.
Just got to make sure I look good, man.
Yeah. So I sent the wannabes the picture. There's two of them that really started the thing. My buddies Jaime and Swells up in Baton Rouge, and I sent them a message, right? And I'm going to bring this up to the camera so you can hopefully see it. Here's my buddies in the text message, and I sent the Whine and Cheese. Can you see that, George? Not in focus. Yeah. Anyway, I'll read it out to you. It's the Whine and Cheese logo, and their first response was, "We just like cheese." They hate you. They hate you so much.
I don't like their shirts.
Fuck. Wait, you don't like their shirts?
No,
you
man,
do
they
like
don't
their
look
shirts.
cool. No, they don't.
Wait,
I
you
like
don't.
them.
You don't like this. You don't
No, I
think.
would never wear that.
Why wouldn't you wear that?
I wouldn't even wrap it on my head if it was hot.
What? Why are you just being mean for the sake of being mean?
Because
right
fuck
now?
those dudes. Why are they being mean for the sake of being mean?
Because you fucked up everything. You know what? We're not doing
We
this.
got
We're
t-shirts
not
for sale.
doing
Look,
this.
this shirt, that's a look, check that out, man. That's
I can't
got
even
cool
tell
print.
what that is. That looks like some shit you stole off the internet, like everything else you do, I'm sure. Look, we said it wasn't going to go
You're
like
just
this.
trying to be hurtful again.
You're right. I was trying to
I'll
be.
break that new TV
I
right
was
now.
trying to. That's a Walmart special, bro.
Ain't Walmart special no more.
Hold on. Well, I can buy. Hold on. Let me check my balance. I could buy at least 1.5 more.
All
of
right,
those.
fuck, how many viewers you want?
But no, they saw the show. I haven't explained it to them yet. Hopefully they'll see now. There was it was just what I felt to try to wrap this thing up, and we'll move towards this weekend, going to see Zombies Eating Sheep at Twist of Lime on Saturday. We have very close-knit friends. We have two different groups, and they have our back. So when they see something like that, they're going to choose sides. We have passionate friends and fans that do that type of thing. So I don't look down on them for saying, fuck that dude.
Oh, they made it fun. I appreciate it.
Right?
And they were watching. And
Yeah.
I hope they were entertained. Entertained enough to feel passionate enough to write an email either way.
Right? To come and let you know,
really
hey, that dude sucks and you should never hang out with him again. And I'm
And
going,
what did you
"No."
do? Hey, you want to come back and do a show? And I can say no after last week.
You working off a debt.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
don't
we
know. I
should
think
have.
I'm going to be busy. Well, George kind of was looking forward to it. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, I'll be there.
We can't tell George no.
I'll bring
But
my
no,
gaff tape.
They're the only official sponsor of the show. When you start rolling in sponsors, then maybe we'll talk
Actually
about
make improvements around here.
Yeah, we'll talk about not having the wannabes involved, but that won't ever happen.
All right, well.
The wannabes in Baton Rouge, wannabeapparel.com. Go check them out. Is there anything else you wanted to get into or dip into before we get out of here?
I'm excited and nervous about the show, and congratulations to Davey, Mayday, Steve, Tidbits, Screen, and Allie for an amazing, dude, the songs are amazing. I listened to them last night, and man, you got a weird feeling like, holy shit, we accomplished something. And so, man, they're amazing. I can't wait for everybody to hear it. Can't wait to release the artwork. We got pictures by Lazy Eye, Face by Catalina, and Andrew Powell. did a picture, amazing picture of a colorful spider out in City Park, I believe, and it reminded me of one of my masks. And we made that a song cover. So I can't wait for the released artwork to have the songs up and represent them as good as we can, and kind of celebrate Saturday night. That's going to be a relief
doubt.
for us to
the
finish that.
the nerves and all. One thing I do know, like one of the guys in Steve's in the band, which I know even though he's the last person that should be, he'll be very nervous before you play
And handle it totally different.
Right? Like he's one of those guys that I always told him before. I'm like, you're the one who knows all of this stuff and wrote 3/4 of it. You shouldn't be nervous, but I know he will. But once you get on stage, that goes away. And it is. I'm proud of y'all for putting out, getting together and putting out a product which I assume is going to be good. I don't think you'd be going around talking about it. It is weird that first time that you do some work with professionals, guys like Mayday, guys like George, and you hear your song and you go, whoa, that's on that level, And it's a good feeling, and I'm glad after all the work y'all get to put that shit out there. I'll be out there hanging out. I'll probably try to get there right when y'all start, because I'm really kidding. Because the Jack Lock Rock show, I'm a fan of his. I always like seeing him. The Enclave, I guess if they're second, I'll be forced, to watch.
I think you're
it.
actually going to like it.
I'm sure I will.
You might. I don't know.
But all right, guys, it's been fun streaming live. We'll be back here, or at least I'll be back here with whoever else is in that seat next week. It's Whine and Cheese. This is number 37. Thank y'all for watching it live. If you had a good time, just be ready for next week. We'll have the chat room set up, and we'll be taking questions. Who has better hair? Well, we already know who that is. And we'll see you then. This has been Whine and Cheese. All right.